What's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. Just finished a training session. It was buys, tries, and shoulders today. And if you're new to the channel, my name is David. Nice to meet you. This is my mission to muscle, and I review supplements. So people send me supplements. I buy supplements. Could be a pre-workout, could be a longevity supplement, could be a health supplement in general. I take the supplement, I go over the ingredients, and I review it for you guys. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button now, because everybody forgets. They watch the video, they leave a comment, hey, great video, but then they forget to leave a like. I do the same thing. So, but it does help the channel, helps everything get out, the information to get out. YouTube recognizes that. So please hit that like button, and like I said, subscribe if you're interested in this type of content. We have Hollow Labs Shadow Extreme Pre-Workout. So jumping right into this, we're going to jump right into the flavor first. This is a rock candy. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed in rock candy flavor. It was very, very good. I'm not a flavor freak, so I don't really care. As long as I'm not gagging and choking or have to take a piece of gum afterwards, after you take a pre-workout, then you're not going to have to do anything with this. This is a very light profile, just like their Shadow Black, which is the Stim Junkie DMHA version. And it's 1 scoop, 7 grams. So it's 30 servings. So very good. I love the way they did the 30 servings. So flavoring a pre-workout like this is easier than trying to flavor like an Apollo Nutrition pre-workout, which is like stacked. Like so many ingredients, so many different, flavors and stuff going on and trying to mask it. They're going to be fine with most of the flavors from Hollow Labs here. We already went over the scoops. 1 scoop, 30 servings, but 1 flat level scoop is not 7 grams. It's a little bit over. It's about 7.5 grams on my scale. So you need a scale to be exact, or just kind of flat level it and then kind of shake it around a little bit and get a little bit off, and then you're going to be fine right at that 7 grams. It is an extreme stim. They say extreme stim pre-workout. So I'll let you guys know how this thing hits. We'll go over the ingredients now. We got the Performance Matrix, which consists of beta-alanine at 3.2 grams, which is the efficacious dosage, which is going to help with exercise endurance in the gym. So this is going to relieve metabolites to help with fatigue that might build up in the muscles pretty much. So you're going to be able to push out more reps, more sets. You do have to be saturated with this ingredient. Sometimes I'll forget to say that to get the full studied effects, but there is some benign effects that do happen off of periodic supplementation with beta-alanine. So you're still going to get some effects off of this, even if you're not saturated. Then we got black pepper extract, 5 milligrams. This is a bring it all together ingredient. I don't know why they put it in the Performance Matrix. I mean, it enhances the absorption, so I can see that. So this is going to just enhance the absorption of everything in this, not just the Performance Matrix. Then we got Stim and Focus Complex. We got L-tyrosine at 1 gram. I love this ingredient. It's a dopamine enhancer, noradrenaline enhancer, so it's going to help with cognitive function, mood. Also helps with exercise endurance and fatigue during training, as far as mental fatigue. So that exhaustion feeling, that kind of like, oh man, I got to, where you're fighting against your mind to train. So this is going to help relieve that fatigue that might build up in the brain. So we got caffeine and hydrous next, 350 milligrams. Nice dose. This is an adenosine blocker, so it wakes you up, gets that grogginess away. But it also is great for muscle contractions, for calcium release in the muscles, and endurance in the gym. Then we got Eria Jarensis, 200 milligrams. This is an ingredient that's PE backbone. This is a neuromodulator. So this has a PA backbone, attaches to the receptors as dopamine and noradrenaline are being pulled down, attaching to the receptor, enhancing the effects of noradrenaline and dopamine for cognitive function, focus, and mood. So there aren't a lot of studies on some of these ingredients, but when you're flipping through studies, there was one study that said it helped with serotonin release as well. So that's where you get kind of the mood effect. But on this particular ingredient, when you take it by itself, not a lot of mood enhancement. It's kind of like a mellowed type feeling to it. It's not like happy or anything like that. That's 200 milligrams, pretty good. Then we got theobromine, 200 milligrams. This is also going to elevate mood. So this is an extract. This is the toxic ingredient that's found in chocolate for your animals. So keep your pre-workouts away and clean up after yourself if you have animals when you're scooping this and put it in your shaker. You don't want this ending up on the floor, and you don't want your dog or your cat getting into it. So this is very toxic, but this is a natural diuretic. It's a vasodilator. It also has been studied to elevate dopamine levels in the brain And there's a feel-good hormone that starts with an A-N that I can't even pronounce, that it's been shown to elevate. That's why when you eat chocolate, you get that kind of a feeling good type feeling. It's not just the dopamine, but there's other hormones that are being activated there. And 200 milligrams is a great dose. I love that. I love the bromine at 200 milligrams. I'm not too fond of the hit above 300, but it does have some good effects to it, especially vasodilation. Then we got Infinergy, 75 milligrams dicaffeine malate. This is a slow-acting caffeine. 75% is what this is going to yield, so that is probably about 50. So we have 400 milligrams of caffeine in this thing. And this is going to hit, this 50 milligrams or so, it's right around there. It's going to, 30 to 40% of that's going to hit along with the caffeine. So you'll be training off a little above 350, and the rest of it's going to help you dial down off of the pre-workout. And you do dial down, I'll let you guys know that now, you do dial down off this pre-workout, very nice. Especially if you're eating right. So there's all kinds of exceptions to dialing down off of a Stim Junkie pre. You'll have to be getting sleep, you have to be eating right. So when you dial down, I do dial down smooth off this. And this is someone that is working 2 jobs, getting 4 hours of sleep, and getting 2 hours of sleep later on. No crashing effect on this at all. Hordenine is next, 75 milligrams. This is a Mayo inhibitor. That's the best thing about Hordenine, especially when you're stacking it with tyrosine and Eria Jarensis. So Mayo in the brain, monoamine oxidase, is going to balance out the chemicals in the brain. So when you're trying to raise dopamine levels and keep them raised for a longer period of time than a chemical might raise them, Mayo will come in and it'll cleave these ingredients off of the receptors to shorten the span, the length of time that these ingredients activate in the brain. So having a Mayo inhibitor, this Hordenine is going to block that enzyme from doing its job to keep noradrenaline and dopamine and any serotonin or any kind of elevation in the brain up at a high level. This is also it's got some stimulatory effects, and most of the stimulatory effects, or the increased energy that you're going to get on this, is because this stimulates noradrenaline and adrenaline release, and it also stimulates the release of stored noradrenaline and adrenaline in the body. So it's a very nice kicker. You don't need a lot of this. 75 milligrams is actually decent and great. Then we got a Heparin A at 10 milligrams. This is a cognitive function and focus ingredient. This is going to keep acetylcholine elevated in the brain and the body for contractions and cognitive function and focus. So you got a lot of elevation of brain cognitive function. This comes together a certain way too. So I want to tell you, gives you a certain mood. It gives me a certain mood. Now, this is my experience, remember. Then we got Alpha Yo at 2.5 milligrams. Decent dose. I'm going to let you guys know now. So this is a alpha-2 agonist, and what it does is the alpha-2 receptors in the fat cells want to store fat. The beta receptors want to release fat, and it's all kind of like function in a certain way that our body processes things and regulated. Well, this stimulates the release of the stored fat from the alpha-2 receptors, which then spikes adrenaline and noradrenaline in the body. So you get energy, you get an energy kick, especially when you couple it with a stimulant, fat loss, fat metabolism, and you also get some kind of brain functions, because then this is gonna cascade over to hitting C-amp and stuff like that. Now the thing about this is Hordenine is a C-amp blocker. So some of the C-amp effects that you're going to get from Alpha Yo, you're not going to get. But you got a blocker and you got an enhancer, so it's going to more than likely equal out the C-amp effects, which is going to help with vasodilation. It's going to help with like a cascade of other things that are going to happen on your body. So enough of that. I get too much into this. I get too much into my head. I want to share all this stuff, and some of you guys don't give a crap. So sorry about that. So we're getting right into the goodies here. Shadow by Extreme Stim pre-workout by Hollow Labs. Hollow Labs. How did it do? So you're going to take the scoop, the flat level scoop at either 7 or 7.5 grams. Beta alanine is going to start creeping in about 5 minutes. This is not a harsh beta alanine. It's 3.2 grams. It kind of gets swept under the rug a little bit for me, so it's medium. It's medium. I think the Shadow Black was medium too, so nothing harsh, but I have the pins and needles in the background for about 20, 30 minutes while everything's coming in. This is one of those fast acting pre's. This is faster acting, in my opinion, than their Shadow Black as far as kicking in, as far as how it delivers here. So beta iodine went after that. This, you're going to start noticing energy effects in about 15 minutes. Energy and focus comes in about 15 minutes. Sorry, this thing's shaking. I'm rocking in my car. But 15 minutes comes in and you just become awake. And you got to feel it in the background. So I was getting ready for the gym, and I always like kind of get ready, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, am I feeling something? Am I feeling something? Because I want to deliver you guys the right information. And 15 minutes, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm getting a little stimmed kick here, you know. And the cognitive function and stimulation comes in, and then bam, 30 minutes. Be in the freaking gym in 30 minutes, because it's not, you don't get an underlying like urgent feeling to do anything. So I didn't get any kind of like blood pressure raise or heart raising, because whenever I get that urgent, that shaky, that motor revving, I know my heart is increasing, my heart rate's increasing, my blood pressure is increasing. On this one here, even though it was fast, it went from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and boom, it peaks around 40, but 30 minutes is like, that is the spot where like you better be in the gym doing something. But it's not anxious. So there's no anxious feeling with this at all. It's not extreme. It's super smooth, but comes in super fast. And you're ready to go. And this one here, so the cognitive function of focus is medium high. You are dialed in, but the mood on this thing. So this does not have a euphoric mood to it. It does have a feel good. You feel good. But this is the get shit done mood. So, you know, even though I was smiling, I was enjoying my workout. You're going to enjoy your workout. You're going to be motivated. You're going to be driven. So it does give you all that stuff. But in the gym, you know, excuse my language, when you're on this type of pre-workout, which I love, this is like the hooligan. This is like, don't fuck with me. Sorry for the language. Don't screw with me right now. I'm freaking training. Yeah. And that's the type of mood this thing is. So I love these type of pre-workouts. I'm not a euphoric, happy, you know, I don't always want to be dancing in the gym. I want to freaking get to the weights. I want to conquer the weights. Like, so this one is going to give you that aggressive alpha type mood in the gym, but it's not like you're pissed off and angry. You know, you still feel good. You're just ready to get shit done because you're more alpha driven as far as feeling wise, like to conquer the weight. And this is going to give you more power in the gym. I noticed a lot more power because the dialed in effect was really good, because you want to do the training. You want to get those extra reps. Pumps on this thing. I got some super tight pumps and vasodilation. And just so you know, it's not like this is an engorged cell swelling pump formula for those out there, but this is going to dial you in mentally so good to your contractions if you train right. So if you are pooling your sets, if you are focusing on those contractions in the eccentric, and you're focusing on that muscle, and you're delivering blood into that muscle, you're going to get some nice pumps and vasodilation on this thing. And fat loss, this is more of a fat loss too type recomp type ingredient, because this is a Stim Junkie Pre. So this is going to get you going. You can get you sweating in the gym. Anything else that I can say on this thing? Talked about the pumps, talked about the flavor. I did mention didn't mention the Alpha Yo. Alpha Yo on this thing. Alpha Yo, you don't feel. I feel nothing but the good stuff. I've been hitting some good pre-workouts where the Alpha Yo, especially at 2.5 grams, usually I feel like a head twang or something. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, it was just very alpha. Yo, it was alpha in the gym. I mean, very good focus, very good concentration, motivation driven. So I did not get a big hit on the Alpha Yo. And I already talked about coming off of this thing. It's going to last a good 4 to 5 hours. But it's not like a DMHA lasting. It's more of a like you dial down and you're just still up. Like you're awake and you have some cognitive function and focus going on there. But you're in your head for a little bit. You're in your head. So, you know, be careful. If you don't like that, then this isn't for you. So you're in your head for a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is going to be my first review of 2023. So here we go. Hollow Labs, Shadow, Extreme Pre-Workout. I'll put a link down below. This was sent to me by Hollow Labs. Actually, Subking sent me one as well, and I'm like, dude, I already have one. Do you want it back? So I sent it back to him. But I'll put a link down below with discount codes just in case you're interested in this. Other than that, Happy New Year to everybody. I am getting on with the rest of my day. I know the wife's waiting for me. She's like, dinner, 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 dinner. So I'm going to get going. We'll see you guys next time on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Please. We'll see you.